Morning, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 streaming studio. Hope everyone is having a nice Wednesday morning and for another cool day as we head through the middle part of our work week. Again, seeing cooler than average temperatures, not only yesterday, but we'll be seeing them as we head through the end of the week and into the holiday weekend. Feeling more like early spring than late spring with some of the temperatures that we're going to be seeing yesterday. Only managed 63 degrees here in the capital city. 52 for the low is about where we should be. But again, you can see our normal high temperature now is up into the mid-upper 70s. So we were good, almost 15 degrees below normal yesterday. It will be a little bit warmer today, but again, overall going to be seeing cooler than average conditions as we head over the next several days. If you check out the weather headlines, again, that's going to be, one of the things we'll watch for today is at least some warmer weather. Temperature still below average, but warmer than yesterday. Also likely continuing to see some breezy conditions. Can't rule out maybe a few storms this afternoon. Do have now a marginal risk for severe weather across parts of the state. So again, an isolated strong storm, certainly not out of the question this afternoon. And going to continue to keep an eye on chances for some rain, thunderstorms as we head into the holiday weekend, which again, a lot of folks going to have plans, kind of unofficial start to summer, school's out, pools are opening, but weather I don't think is going to be all that cooperative for many outdoor plans, I think, as we head into the weekend. Chilly start to the day, especially for some parts of western Nebraska, all the way down to 33 in Alliance this morning, 34 in North Platte, 37 in Thedford and Ogallala, low 40s for the Tri-Cities here in Lincoln. Lincoln Airport dropped down to 47 degrees, again, a few degrees below average for us across the Lincoln Metro. Again, generally in the mid-40s as we started our Wednesday. Again, I know when I took the kids to school earlier this morning, they were complaining that it was a little chilly outside. Again, overall not bad, though. We'll call it a crisp morning. And again, pretty quiet conditions as we start out our Wednesday across the state. A little bit of cloud cover up across northern parts of the state. Some high, thin cloud cover out there in North Platte. Not much cloud cover in Grand Island or Lincoln, though. And we've warmed up a little bit. 56 now at the airport. 54 here in Midtown Lincoln. A little bit of a west-northwest breeze at around 10 miles an hour. Dew points comfortably in the mid-40s for us. So again, pretty quiet and comfortable start to our morning here in the capital city. Temperatures on the Tempest weather stations across town generally sit in the low to mid-50s, and temperatures across the state still seeing a mix of some 40s and 50s on the board. Warmest readings are here in the southeast. Beatrice, the warm spot, at 57. Falls City, as well as here in Lincoln at 56. 53 in Grand Island and Hastings, also 53 in North Platte this morning. Dew point temperatures are comfortable for us in the 40s, and winds, at least for now, aren't too bad. They're a little bit blustery as you head across the northeastern corner of the state, sustained between about 10 and 20 miles an hour, and seeing a few gusts between 20 and 30 miles an hour. Not going to be as breezy as it was yesterday, but I still think we could see some winds gusting between 20, 25, 30 miles an hour as we head into this afternoon. Satellite radar picture is pretty quiet, although again we do see some cloud cover out there, a little bit of light rain kind of trying to push through the southwestern corner of the state and across the northwestern corner of the state. If you look at the visible satellite imagery, again we can see some of that cloud cover overall, though pretty quiet conditions for most of the 10-11 coverage area as we start our Wednesday. If we zoom out and look at a regional view, again, visible satellite imagery, again, we can see a lot of cloud cover across the northern tier of the country, northern plains into the Great Lakes. They're going to be in for another kind of cloudy and dreary day. We should see some sunshine, though, again, as we head through most of the day on our Wednesday. So if we zoom out and look at a regional view on the satellite radar, again, we can see that cloud cover, those showers across, again, much of Michigan, Wisconsin, up into Minnesota and up into the Dakotas. And again, cold enough this morning that we did see some snow in the higher elevations across the Rockies, both in Colorado and across parts of Wyoming as well. Zoom out even further and look at a national view. Overall, things are pretty quiet across much of the U.S. Again, have some rain kind of pushing across parts of New England, again, up through the upper Great Lakes and up into the northern plains. But if you look at the weather alerts, overall, things are pretty quiet. Have some frost advisories again across those northern areas. Temperatures cold enough that a little bit of a chilly start to the Wednesday for some spots, but overall things are pretty quiet. No weather alerts for us here to worry about here across the Central Plains or across Nebraska. So if you check out Skycast, looking at the regional view as we head through the day today, really any moisture is going to stay well off to our north and east. We will see with some northwest flow aloft, a little weak disturbance that could bring in a few spotty showers, maybe a few isolated thunderstorms this afternoon into early parts of this evening. And again, can't rule out out, maybe one or two of those being on the strong side, though I think most areas likely stay dry. That activity, if we do see it, would be pretty isolated, widely scattered, and would fade as we head towards sunset this evening. And then overnight tonight and into Thursday, look for mostly clear, quiet conditions. And then into the day on Thursday, I think we should be looking at sunny to mostly sunny skies across the state. Again, I think kind of northeastern parts of the state could see a little bit of cloud cover, maybe some blustery conditions for parts of northeastern and eastern Nebraska, but overall should be a pretty nice day. Again, temperatures will be a little bit cooler than normal, but overall not too bad. And then as we head into Thursday evening, weather stays quiet. And then as we head into the day on Friday and kind of starting off Memorial Day weekend, we will see another disturbance begin to push through the area. So through Friday morning, we're looking at the potential for some areas of light rain, maybe a few thunderstorms to kind of drift from west to east across the state, potentially impacting central parts of the state early Friday before that activity kind of slides through eastern Nebraska through the morning into the early afternoon, and then into Friday afternoon, Friday evening. More storms trying to develop off the high plains across parts of western Nebraska into parts of eastern Colorado. That activity would then try and push east across the area as we head through Friday evening into Friday night. So as you look ahead to the Memorial Day weekend, long-range models again do have decent amount of moisture trying to move through the area as we head Friday into Saturday, and then through the day on Saturday, potentially looking at some widespread rainfall across the state, looking at the potential for some thunderstorms mixed in there as well. Can't rule out the potential for some severe weather. That activity would continue through Saturday evening, and then into the day on Sunday. It looks like that activity not quite as widespread, but it does look like we'll be looking at the potential for some rain across parts of the state, the potential for thunderstorms, and then unfortunately that chance continues into your Memorial Day on Monday as well. So again, if you have weekend plans, especially outdoor plans, just make sure you keep checking back on the forecast as we head over the next several days as we try and fine-tune things. So the precip potential, at least over the next 3 days, again, looks fairly light. Again, we're looking at a tenth to maybe a quarter of an inch possible across much of the state. Again, I think that's probably on the generous side of things, at least for right now. And then if you look at the 7-day precipitation potential, again, as we kind of head into the weekend, into early parts of the week next week, looking at more rainfall across the state. Again, looks like the heaviest moisture as we head over the course of the next week, though, is just off to our south and east. Again, areas across parts of Arkansas into Missouri, eastern Kansas, over into southern Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee. They could see 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of rain as we head over the course of the next week or so. So again, doesn't look like a ton of moisture is going to be possible as we head over the next week, but half an inch to an inch of rainfall over the course of the next 7 days, not out of the question for some parts of the state, and unfortunately that does cover parts of the Memorial Day weekend for us. So again, like I just said, make sure you keep it tuned to the forecast over the coming days for more updates. As far as the severe weather concerns for us, again, for the day today, we do have that marginal risk kind of stretching from out in western Nebraska through southwestern into south central parts of the state. So again, an isolated strong storm can't be ruled out. Again, could see some gusty winds, large hail, some areas of heavy rain with some of that activity. Again, if we do see it, like I said, it would be pretty isolated, widely scattered. Severe weather threat expected to stay across the southern plains into the day on Thursday. But then on Friday, again, we do have that marginal risk across parts of western into south central parts of the state where we could see some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. As far as skycast, again, zooming in, taking a look at a statewide view, through this morning, should see pretty quiet conditions into this afternoon, though. That's when we will start to see that chance for a few spotty showers, isolated thunderstorms. Again, 1 or 2 strong storms can't be ruled out. That activity again should fade as we head towards sunset tonight. Overnight tonight, quiet conditions, mainly clear skies. Into the day on Thursday, sunny to mostly sunny skies expected. Again, could be an isolated shower or two, maybe a thunderstorm in the west, but most areas are staying dry through the day on Thursday. But then as we head Thursday night into Friday morning, some areas of rain will try and slide across the state through the morning into the early afternoon, and then into the afternoon and evening. Thunderstorms try and develop across the high plains in the west before those move kind of from west to east across the state late Friday. And then we'll keep our eyes peeled on that next chance for rain arriving as we head into the day on your Saturday. Now, as far as temperatures go, I mentioned it at the very top, looking at cooler than normal temperatures heading our way for much of the next week. Highs today a little bit warmer, especially for the southern half of the state, reaching the lower 70s, but still looking at 60s across the northern tier of the state here in Lincoln, as well as Grand Island. We'll go for around 71 degrees, 72 in North Platte, 68 in Scottsbluff, 66 in Valentine, 62 2 in Wayne this afternoon. Low temperatures tonight, again chilly, especially in parts of western Nebraska where temperatures will drop back down into the 30s, low to mid 40s for parts of eastern and southeastern Nebraska. Here in Lincoln, around 44 degrees tonight into early Thursday morning. Then Thursday afternoon doesn't look too bad. Again, I know for my kids it's the last day of school for them on Thursday. I know for a lot of kids it's the last day of school on Thursday. So again, field day looking like it shouldn't be too bad, but again, mid to upper 60s to low 70s across much of the state for Thursday afternoon. Into Friday morning, again, not quite as cool, especially in the west. We'll look for lows generally low 40s to low 50s. And then Friday afternoon, again, staying kind of cool, especially for eastern Nebraska, with upper 50s to mid 60s for high temperatures, including 66 in Lincoln, 65 for Grand Island and Hastings, but warmer in the west where temperatures should reach the 70s to even low 80s. Saturday morning, again, upper 40s to low 50s for lows. Saturday afternoon, though, again, cool, upper 50s to upper 60s for high temperatures on your Saturday. Into Sunday morning, it's mid 40s to mid 50s, and Sunday afternoon, again, we're looking at mid 50s to maybe mid 60s for high temperatures for your Sunday on Memorial Day weekend. So again, cooler than average. And then you can see that as we look at the 7-day forecast here in Lincoln on Memorial Day itself, we're looking at highs still in the mid 60s. There's some models that have highs only in the upper 40s for us here in Lincoln on Monday. Don't think we'll be quite that cool, but again, another cool Memorial Day looks in store for us, and we can see those rain chances and thunderstorm chances Friday into the holiday weekend. So again, need the rain, but unfortunate on the timing there. Again, like to see some drier weather for the holiday weekend, but again, I know we need the rain across the state. So today looks like it could be the warmest day out of the next 7 days with highs in the low 70s for us here in Lincoln. Then otherwise, we're looking at mid to upper 60s for high temperatures through the week into early next week, with lows generally in the mid 40s to mid 50s over that time as well. You look at the 10-day forecast for select cities across the state, you can see that cooler than average weather persisting through the weekend into early next week. Temperatures look like they could finally begin to warm back up to near average, if not above average, by mid to late next week as we head towards the end of May. Dew points continue to look like they should be fairly comfortable for us over the next 10 days. Rainfall chances, again, look like maybe a few scattered chances today, this afternoon, into early this evening. Dry on Thursday, but then Friday into the weekend, and then continuing into the week next week, we'll continue to see those chances for moisture lingering, which, again, we need the rain. It's just kind of bad timing with it coming over the holiday weekend. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. For most of the state favoring above average temperatures, and for most of the state favoring below average precipitation. This is going to take us end of May into the first couple days of June, May 28th through June 3rd. So again, we'll obviously keep an eye on that. But for today, again, pretty quiet conditions, but we do have at least that marginal risk for severe weather. So can't rule out an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm later this afternoon. Again, parts of western, southwestern, south central Nebraska. So we'll keep an eye on that. And again, encourage everyone to make sure they keep an eye on the forecast as we head into the Memorial Day weekend. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching as always. Make sure to keep tuned to 1011 both on air and online for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. Until next time, hope everyone has a nice Wednesday.